what are we? Back at it again with another video. So in today's video, my crown is out. Say hello to Shaggy, guys. Say hello to my Shaggy rag. Anyway, most of the time, you know, when my hair is out, it's definitely going to be a hair video. Not just any hair video, a natural hair video. So yeah, in today's video, I pretty much just kind of hyped this video up on Instagram and I hope it meets your expectations. But 8 months ago, I filmed a video here on my channel and I titled it How to Grow Your Natural Hair Fast. And ever since that video 8 months ago, I started tracking my hair progress about 6 months ago. So in today's video, I'm just going to be giving you tips on how I still continue to grow my hair even after I color treated my hair. Yep, I color treated my hair and I was still able to grow it. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So today we're going to be talking about how I grew my natural hair. These are just some of the tricks that I have used throughout my hair journey. Even after I dyed my hair, I was still able to continue growing my hair, and my hair is like pretty much longer now. If you go and you click and you watch my older hair videos and you come back and you look at this mop on my head, you will see it's grown a lot. So yeah, I'm gonna insert like pictures throughout this video just so you can see my progress. The pictures are basically from November 2018 and like May and June 2019. So it's about a 6-month progress. As we all know, we can't really grow natural hair overnight, and you know, it just works like that. But for 6 months, I've had some pretty decent growth. I won't say like my hair is like down my back, but I've had some pretty decent growth and I'm quite happy about that. So let's begin. So the first thing, and I reiterated this in my last video, which I will link up here, you need to moisturize your hair. I feel like that's a no-brainer. People take moisturizing your hair for granted. Like, people be like, oh, my afro always feels so dry and brittle. One, it could be you're using the wrong moisturizer for your hair or your hair type. It's very important that you find those things out. I think I will film a video on how to check things like your hair porosity and all that stuff in my next video. But for this video, just know that those are the type of things you need to know. So you need to check those things. Plain and simple. I use the lock method, so liquid oil cream. Sometimes I change it up and I use liquid cream oil. Same thing, but as long as if the first thing that goes on my head is a liquid and then a sealant. That's just the basics of moisturizing. You put a water-based moisturizer, which is usually your leave-in moisturizers, because usually the first ingredient on leave-ins is usually water. I use the As I Am Moisture Milk and the As I Am leave-in conditioner, which are very much water-based, and then I'll go in with an oil of my choice and a cream of my choice, and I've moisturized and sealed my hair. Then after that, I can put in my stylers, like your twisting and curling creams or whatever, which are also moisturizing, but not as moisturizing as if you put on a leave-in. Another way that people actually do it is spray your hair with water. If you want to, do that, spritz your hair with water and then seal in that moisture, because water is also moisturizing. I've said this before, you need water, you need H2O in order for your hair to grow. It is like a plant, it is like a tree. You need to be watering it constantly for it to be at its best. So that's just one thing. Another thing that you can be putting moisture in your hair is deep conditioning. You need to be putting as much moisture in your hair as possible. Another thing that I feel like people do not mention is products. Just because a product works for my hair and you feel like our hair kind of looks similar, or you think we're the same hair type, Even if I use a low porosity product, you know, hair is quite tricky. Remember, hair is kind of like DNA basically. It's tailored to you. So a product that works for me may not necessarily work for you. A product that works for your favorite YouTuber may not necessarily work for you. So you need to find products that work well for your hair. Your hair will tell you. If it doesn't feel it, you will know it. Like, you'll just know it. So you may need to switch up your product, or you may need to switch up your routine. Find out what works for you. If pre-pooing works for you, then do that. Personally, I don't pre-poo. I don't know, like, it's not like my hair doesn't really benefit from it, but like, I don't really see the point of pre-pooing. Like, my hair feels the same if I pre-poo, which is applying oil or like a hot oil treatment before washing my hair, and it feels the same if I just wash my hair. It feels the same to me. So yeah, I don't even bother with that stuff. But okay, the next point is your hands are always in your hair. Okay. I do have hand in hair syndrome. I have a lot of hand in hair syndrome. Most of the time it is kind of unconsciously done, because sometimes I'll be sitting in class and then I'll like grab a curl and then I'll end up like twirling it, and then what that does, when you always have your hands in your hair, you're basically creating a lot of friction, split ends, it breaks off, that kind of stuff. But I must admit, like, my hair feels good and I'll keep on touching it. But try as much as you can not to put your hands in your hair. Find something else that you can do to distract yourself. Like, personally, what I do most of the time is, when I do get home from class and I'm not going to be going out anymore, I will put my hair in a silk scarf or a silk bonnet. What that helps me with is that, because my hair is covered, I don't feel the need to be touching it. So I can't just take off the bonnet and now start touching my hair. So because it's covered, I literally just leave it alone and I find other things to do. So you may need to, like, just try very hard not to put your hands in your hair. I know it's difficult because it feels so good, it feels so nice. It's too much because I'm manipulating my hair way too much. So that's another thing. That's part of low manipulation, okay? People think it's just, oh, I'm just gonna put my hair in a puff and, you know, I can still put my hands in it. No. Part of low manipulation is basically leaving your hair alone. That's what it is. So if you do a braid out, you do your braid out, you style it, you leave it. Don't touch it. Just don't touch it until later that evening when you're gonna put it up in a pineapple or whatever for you to sleep. That is it. Another thing with regards to hair growth, I know, like, a lot of people don't want to hear this, but genetics do play a role in how your hair grows. Personally, like, both my sisters are natural, so we're all natural haired. But the funny thing is, you can see that we actually have very different hair types, My older sister has much more thicker hair. It's like proper 4C. It's very thick and so full, and it's thick. It's very thick. Like, personally for me, I have very dense hair. Like, my hair is so dense. I mean, not dense hair. What am I saying? My hair, I have low density. Let me put it that way. I have very low density. My hair is just kind of thin. It's kind of on the thin side. Not that it's not, like, I can't give the illusion that it's thick, because now you see this hairstyle, you're like, oh my goodness, she's got a lot of hair. I'm kind of giving you the illusion that it's kind of thick, but it's not as thick as I'd like it to be. My sister's hair is thick, right? And then my younger sister kind of has like hair that's kind of like mine, but hers is more finer as well. It's more finer, it's more softer. So I think genetics play a role. We are different people as well. Even though we're sisters, we're different people, and our hair grows differently. My sister can cut her hair today and tomorrow it'll be the same length as mine. That's just it. Like, when I started transitioning, my sister had short hair and now her afro just looks way healthier and way bigger than mine. So, you know, some things are just genetics. Like, you know, I don't want to say this, but I mean, if I don't know what else to say, but it's just kind of like when you see like mixed girls, their hair tends to grow nicer and thicker and more curlier than me as a black girl. Like my hair doesn't grow like that because genetically my system isn't made up to do that. It's not to say that I cannot achieve great and long hair. If I worked at it and I still took care of my hair, I probably could, but sometimes like it's just not written in the stars for me. So that's one thing to take into account, is that genetically we're all made up differently. So me today, even if my hair grows 2 inches in a month, it does not necessarily mean that it's going to be 2 inches for the next person. Not that my hair grows 2 inches, I wish, but that's one thing. Oh, another thing, I've touched on this in my previous video, is trimming your hair. I've explained about my dusting method. I'm pretty sure I dust almost every month, sometimes twice a month. It's excessive, but I have noticed that the less split ends I have, obviously the more my hair grows. And I know it's very, very hard. It's very hard. I understand that you want to hold on to the length that you have, but there's no point of holding on to damaged hair. It's just going to damage your hair further. That's just something people don't understand, that as soon as you have a split end, what happens is that is going to travel up your hair shaft and it's going to split even further. So instead of you just cutting that ½ inch that you saw 2 months ago, now you're going to have to cut like a whole 1.5 inches, even 2 inches, because you've let your hair get damaged even more. So I understand when you just want to hold on to length and stuff like that, but if your hair is not healthy, it's not going to go, period. Okay, so I've explained why I dust, and I think I only have one major trim a year now, which is I sit down, I blow out my hair. I don't go to a professional for this. I'm sorry guys, I've learned how to trim my hair from transitioning, because I transitioned from relaxed hair, so I had to constantly be cutting out the damaged ends of my hair as my hair grew out. So I'm kind of accustomed to cutting my hair. I know how to cut my hair. I take out my hair shears and I cut my hair. Most of the time, even if I find like a single strand knot, I don't try to detangle that nonsense. I just snip it off, plain and simple. So I explained what dusting is. I usually do it almost every month, like one wash day every month after I've washed my hair. What I do is I actually twist my hair or put my hair in a braid out or anything. After I've done that, what I do is assess the end of that braid and I'll see, oh, this is where the damaged part ends, and then I'll just cut it off. That's what I do, and I do this almost every month. So I think that's the one thing that also helped me retain length in the wider sense, because I'm cutting off the damaged ends before they travel up further in my hair. So I've been able to still keep my hair healthy, but also still trimming off the damaged ends. It doesn't mean that when you're completely natural you're not going to get damaged ends, guys. Sometimes we have our hair down like now, and I mean it looks frizzy now, but it's okay, because what? Frizz gives hair character. You heard it, okay? So that's one thing. You need to be trimming your hair regularly. If you don't want to be as excessive as me, or you know you get very scissor happy, okay? Because some people get scissor happy and they take off more than they intended to, but this is why I prefer cutting my own hair, because every time I've gone to the salon, trust me, I come back with like, I don't know, my hair moves from like shoulder length, collarbone length or whatever, to literally like ear length. So I just don't go to the salon, I do it myself, and I've been able to retain my length. And I feel as though I'm actually more conscious about my hair being damaged, because since I have colored my hair, or I've color treated my hair, I'm more prone to like being very assessive of how my hair feels and all that stuff. So be very open to getting regular trims. If you're scared of doing it yourself and you trust a professional, you can do that. You can go to someone to cut your hair, But if you don't want to do it, like if you don't want to dust like me, a good rule of thumb that a lot of people use is every 3 months, which I think is total crap. You don't have to cut your hair every 3 months, but if you have damaged ends or you have split ends, you will see your hair yourself. Then take out the scissors that day and cut your hair. Don't delay it, just cut your hair. That's my advice to you. Another thing would be poor hair habits or practices. So I know, like, you know, just like me, like I've just recently started washing my hair every 2 weeks, but there's some people who don't wash their hair like for 3 weeks or 4 weeks, and there's some people who have like a protective style in for 6 months. 6 months seems like a bit much, but there's some people who can actually have a protective style in for like 3 months and never even put their head under the shower, which is so disgusting. I've been very vocal about me washing my hair during protective styling. I still take care of my hair and I still clarify my scalp. I think that's very important to get rid of buildup. So some people have poor habits like that. They just, you know, sleep with their hair on a cotton pillowcase, no satin scarf, no nothing. That creates friction, creating more split ends. That's another example of a poor hair habit, you know. Another thing, not drinking enough water and your diet. As much as you're nourishing your hair from the outside, you still need to be nourishing it from the inside. I've said this, I'm not a health nut, a guru. I definitely eat junk food. It happens. I definitely eat junk food. I don't eat vegetables every single day, but I try my best. To have proper balanced meals. I believe that is one thing that has helped me with my hair. I've also said in my previous video, for me personally, omega-3, 6 and 9 fatty acid multivitamins literally help me thrive. My skin glows, my hair grows. That's just something. So I've also been trying to incorporate like those type of foods in my diet. So fish, drinking enough water, nuts, that type of stuff can really help you. I've also bought chia seeds, which are really good as well. So try to see if taking a multivitamin may help you grow your hair. I'm not saying go take a hair vitamin or biotin or whatever. I've never really believed in those things. I've believed in your body holistically doing what it was intended to do. So take vitamins. You know, still try to switch up your diet and see if your hair changes, because trust me, it will change. I don't think anyone has ever changed their diet for the better and then their hair started falling out. For the better is the key word. Don't go and change your diet and not do the right thing, or you're depriving your body of vitamins and then your hair starts falling off and you say I gave you that advice. It wasn't me. No bueno. Ooh, this I'm very passionate about. Hair tools, people. Hair tools say a lot. Hair tools do a lot. If you're using the wrong comb, if you're using the wrong detangler, if you're so much as using the wrong the wrong hair tie. Like just last week I bought like these new scrunchies. Like I was just like, I need new scrunchies. And I put my hair into puffs, so pigtails. When I came back from campus, I was very tired of that hairstyle, so I decided to take them out. Does that make sense? But the scrunchie that I bought on the other side of my hair actually caught on to my hair, so it had my hair like around in a loop around it, and I couldn't get it out, and I had to cut it off. Because I was pulling even more hair and damaging even more strands. So damage control was to cut that knot from the scrunchie, and I'll never use that scrunchie again. Hair ties, guys, are very, very important. I don't know why it got caught in my hair, because it doesn't have like a metal clasp like those black ones they tell you not to buy. It doesn't have that. But I don't think I'll ever use it again on my hair personally, because it got onto my hair and that was very unpleasant. So hair tools are also very important. Your detangling comb, everything that you're using is very important. And so it's very important that you use the correct tools, the correct detangler. If you're scared, just go with your fingers. Finger detangling has been like the proper natural way to, because you can feel your hair, you can get to the knot properly. It just takes a bit more time, unfortunately, because you have to work like with little sections, as opposed to if I took a wide tooth comb, I can grab like a section and then just comb it out. But when you're finger detangling, you need to be going like at every knot, which takes more time. So whichever one you choose is better, but make sure you're using the correct hair tools. Don't be using normal paper scissors to trim your hair. You need to buy a hair scissors, sweetie, because that's not helping anyone. So that's one thing that you also need to be very attentive of, is the tools that you're using. It's very, very important. So make sure the tools you're using are not ripping out your hair. It's very, very important. Okay. Another thing is, I don't use heat personally. I feel like almost every natural knows that. Don't be using too much heat. If you are going to be using heat, use a heat protectant. But yeah, if you're someone who enjoys a blowout look, just be very careful. Try to do it in a cool setting if you can, but don't be using too much heat in your hair, because you'll get heat damage and you'll have to cut off your hair and you won't be retaining length, so you'll just be damaging your hair further off. So that's also one thing. Another thing is your hair being protein deficient. That's something that I had to learn, and I noticed after I colored my hair that I actually need a lot more protein than I thought I did. Well, basically also because I have colored my hair just tends to need more protein. So some people will do, maybe don't do way too much protein treatments, but also don't do way too little protein treatments. Just try to find like a good balance of protein treatments that you can do for your hair. Okay, I'm trying to wrap this up because my phone's battery is low. Another thing is you're styling your hair way too much. So today you have a braid out, and then like what I did with the puffs, I had my hair puffs and I came back home and I decided I don't want them anymore, so I took them out. That's something you shouldn't be doing. If I do like a braid out today, I might leave my hair down or whatever, and then in 3 days I'll put my hair in a high puff, probably for around 4 days, and then I'll like put my hair in a bun or something. So try not to be styling your hair every single day. If you can stretch a style out for a week, that's great. So if I can do like a braid out and wear it throughout the whole week, that's great. And then the other week I just put on a low bun and that's what I wear the whole week. That's also great. Make sure you're not styling your hair way too much, because the constant combing and touching of your hair is falling under that, you know, low manipulation rule. Is that try to manipulate your hair less. It'll be beneficial for you in the long run. Try not to be styling your hair way too much, which is something that a lot of people need help in, because today they'll comb their hair out, tomorrow they'll comb it out again to do something. So be very mindful of how often you're styling your hair, because that just leads to a lot more breakage than you intend for, and obviously you're not going to be able to see, like, your hair does grow, but most people don't understand that when we talk about hair growth, we actually talk about length retention. So the ability you have of retaining your length, because your hair still grows from your scalp, but if you're not treating the one that's already grown out properly, then you're going to lose that length. So it's just going to seem like your hair is staying at the same length. I've taught you something today. Yeah, and I think I've said the key points. You need to drink water, you need to take multivitamins, you need to moisturize your hair. Protein treatments and deep conditioners are very beneficial for your hair. You need to protect your hair at night. Try to manipulate your hair as little as you can. if you can put your hair up in a protective style, cornrows, whatever. Personally, I've just been wearing my wig as well, so usually my hair is underneath my head in braids, and I just put on my wig and I go to campus, and that's something that's actually been helping me because I'm not touching my hair. When I come back, I just put the wig on the stand, put my hair in a bonnet, and call it a day. Honestly, that has been helping me grow my hair because I'm not manipulating it as much. I did my faux lock tutorial. Please remember to go check that out, where I did faux locks on myself, and I'm going to be doing another protective style on myself, so stay tuned for that video. But protective style is also good. Remember to do your protective styling well. The reason why I also started to do my hair at home is I got a bald patch from the hairstylist who was pulling my hair way too much, so I think it's better for me to just stay out of the salon and do everything myself. So remember those things. Just remember all those things, and trust me, you will be able to see a better length retention. Your hair still grows, yes, but you'll be able to see better length retention. I feel like I've been more conscious of how my hair feels since I've color treated it, because I've just been paying attention to how my hair reacts to products. So I've been changing up products, changing up my routine, finding things that work for me, and I am so thankful to as I am naturally. Honestly, like, those products have changed my hair life, and I believe that's literally what made a difference in my hair, because their products are like, the core collection is basically tailored to more moisture. It's a more moisturizing collection all in all. So my hair has been doing pretty well because I feel it's just been moisturized and it's just been doing good. So yeah, before my phone dies on me and I'm not able to say this quickly, I'm just gonna say thank you so much, guys, for continuously supporting my channel. I really appreciate that, and I'm gonna have a giveaway soon for that, because I honestly appreciate your support. We're not a big channel yet, you know, but I really do feel your love. I really do feel when you watch my videos and you give me feedback. It's so amazing. It's like an unbelievable feeling. So thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you guys for staying tuned. If you are new here, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Please go click that icon and click the bell button as well, so you are notified when I upload, because sometimes I'm so inconsistent. I need to change that, but I'm gonna start uploading every Wednesday and Saturday. So I'm gonna start uploading Wednesdays and Saturdays. That will be my upload schedule. So yeah, when you see this video, it probably would have gone up on a Wednesday. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Deuces.